All right, the man on the screen right now, now he could own a coffee shop company, a gun range, or a very successful book publishing company. Mike Fallat from Dream Starters Publishing. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Hey, thank you very much for having me, man.
How you doing? I love the what's is that like the American? It's the American sign, the American flag, and then
Oh
you.
yeah.
What have you
It,
got
it,
going on in the background? I think you should stretch it, man. You should like have the whole sign as like.
well, I was thinking about putting the background one big giant American flag, but people would probably think I was a hostage somewhere, and I can't do that. I got to have it somewhat clean and simple
No,
and
dude,
professional.
not with that microphone. Hostages do not get microphones that good. Maybe the
Yeah.
2022 strategy. It's like, listen, hostage him, but listen, we have to have good microphones to, get his message out to the world.
Well, I'm very professional nowadays. Now I have the microphone that's on the stand, not the one on the table. This is on a stand. It swings. It makes me look way better. Clients trust me more because he's got a really nice studio, they say. So that's good.
I love it, man. Well, speaking of trust, man, we have been brand new to the strategic partners in the last year. We've done a couple of deals together. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then why have you found with PR and advertising a great complementary industry for your clients?
Okay. Yeah. So I own a company called Dream Starters Publishing. We've helped entrepreneurs all over the world write books, and then we show them how to use it as a marketing tool. So we've done a couple hundred up until this point. And when we work with entrepreneurs, we help them craft their story, teaching lessons, telling stories to a specific audience. Once the book is done, they become an Amazon bestseller, and now they have this clout, this credibility. So that's step one. Well, the next step is they need to have some uh, Google presence. They need to have some press releases. They need to have some type of presence that gets them seen by the masses. And that's why, when we started working together, it was a perfect transition from the client getting the book done to a person like you. You've worked with some big names, some of my clients. And once I was able to figure out that you can help them from start to finish, get press, get exposure on, whether it's digitally through Facebook and Instagram or through Google.
Yeah.
It was a game changer for some of my clients. I saw it firsthand. And that's what makes it such an easy partnership and affiliation that we have, that they have a book. Well, the next step is press. And you are the go-to guy. And so since I've been sending people your way, they've been thrilled. They're happy with everything. It's an easy conversation to have. Hey, once you're a best-selling author, well, there's a few other pieces to the puzzle to make it something that's pretty damn special.
And speaking of special, like how do your clients feel that, from a value point of view, when you're offering them someone that can help them with their business, like it must make them feel special that, wow, like Mike actually cares about my business success rather than a transactional deal.
Yeah. So I've experienced this, rapport has only grown once I'm able to not just be a one-trick pony, but to offer multiple solutions.
Yes.
So, I'm not tied financially to the success of their book, but I want their book to be successful. So me having these partnerships and people who I trust to kind of hand off that relationship towards, it's only helped my business grow because people trust me a little bit more when it comes to I'm there every step of the way, or I know the next step. Once you get a book done, you don't want to be like lost in the woods and stuck with what's my next step. Since we have this connection, I say, hey, go talk to this person. And they respect the people that I do business with because my reputation is built upon other people coming through. So once I hand that person off to you, they are, more thankful to work with me because I'm there from start to finish. And even if I'm not involved with the press, my name is still somewhat attached to the success there. And I think they respect that.
And how does it feel when you wake up and you share someone over and there's 5 figures of a referral in your bank account? How does that feel?
Well, that makes life a lot easier because I do believe you should be compensated for the relationships that you build. I mean, you go through the woods and you go through and cut down the trees yourself, and you meet the right people, you meet the wrong people. And there's got to be some type of give and take, I guess you could say. It's a transaction that happens. And so I do love doing business with people, and I reward people. So all I'm doing here is kind of duplicating processes that work. So if someone were to send me business, I make it my best effort to compensate them, whether it's more attention their way or financially, or doing something that it makes me not just a freeloader. I love to give back. And so when I meet with other people who do the exact same thing, and whenever we have this partnership in place and I'm rewarded financially for, coming through and being a man of my word, and that makes it easier to do business. It makes it easier for me to say, yeah, you know what, send your information to this guy, get in touch with this person. And yes, it makes me feel good because the client's taken care of. But hey, when you do business with people, I think it's easier to see who's the good person to work with, who's the bad person to work with, by how they do business. And since you do send affiliate fees and referral fees, man, it makes it a lot more rewarding because, I like doing business with people who do the exact same business I do with others.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. The thing is, when I first got into this game, this is when I was doing like entertainment, right? I would give other entertainers work. And you know what I mean? There were two sort of things that would happen. One, they wouldn't tell me and they would just go ghost about it. Like they would, because I'm not going to follow up clients, hey, who did you hire, right? Or they would give me such a small percentage. It was actually like, dude, don't just keep it.
Yes.
If that's what it's worth to you, like, dude, I would rather just take me out for lunch. And there was no incentive for me to actually put energy towards, you have to work with this guy or you have to go with her. Like there was no drive. And as you mentioned, it was the respect that, like, I think sometimes people forget in regards to referral partners, like, how easy it is for me. And I felt this from a couple of clients that you've shared over, the sales, like people forget the sales call's not even a sales call. It's really a likability call, right? They know that they've been vetted by you, right? So the trust is there. They're qualified, which makes it, I know that I don't have to have that awkward conversation. It's not awkward, but the money part is always a new emotion for a lot of people, like to make sure they can actually afford a 5 or 6 figure deal with me. And then, so it's really just a really relaxed conversation. And usually it's a one call close, as we call it in the game. You don't have to send a follow-up proposal. You don't have to send like, well, let me show you 70 to my clients. So from our point of view, and when I, share the work with you as well, clients don't have half of the problems that we face on cold to close,
Yep. And I think that's a proper way of seeing if the person who's sending you business has actually come through for them or not. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be the sales approach of, I got to give them this script and then we got to follow up. Hey, if this person that's sending this business my way has actually come through for them, then it should already be done. And I've noticed that from people who I've worked with, I try to model myself off of them. So that's a great sign if that's happening, because it means that I'm doing my job. And I think that you bring up the fact of, if there's a compensation attached to it, the word free, I realize that if it's free, if there's no money being transacted, there's no care, right? And it's just a mental thing. So I believe that if there's money being transacted and other people are being compensated, they're on the hook a little bit. You receive something for this, well, then you're kind of attached to the outcome of this service or this product in some way. And so I think as a person who's an affiliate, I care more that this person gets what they want and what they deserve and what they're signing up for. So that helps me see the process from start to finish, and then wanting to send more business your way. So, hey, I'm involved in some aspect just by watching from the outside in.
Yeah,
and also,
I was going to say, sorry to interrupt. Like, I think I would say, actually, now I'm thinking about it, you're sort of really closing the deal for me, right?
True.
Because because you're not on the outer end of the one doing the deal service. You could be like, listen, it's 25K or it's 50K or it's 5K. Right? He's the man. Get on the phone with him, get the job done. He'll get so in a way they trust you. You closed it. I'm just hey, I'm the guy. And they're like, great. So it's like you basically pushed them to the end of the bungee cord, right? And I just gave them a bit of a nudge to jump off. That was it. They're already leaning. So
I guess, I think you could say that I basically sold the service, or people like me selling the service for you, but it's not the selling of the service. It's not even the money. It's the value that I'm able to add to my clients.
Absolutely.
And I think that people get it backwards that they're, oh, you're doing me a favor. No. Hey, I like being the one-stop shop and I like being of service. So having these partnerships, I think that people win wars not because of the technology or even the people within the community. It's based off of allies. And so if I have strong allies, I could be of real value, of real service to many people in many different industries. And I think you get compensated on, how much of value that you offer the world. And I think that just having great allies with great people or a great partnership, you can be known for more than just books. You become the person that just solves problems. And that's what I'm trying to do with this.
For people, Mike, that maybe who are listening, who are publishers, once again, tell them why maybe having PR or advertising would be a great addition to their company to refer people to.
Yeah. So if you have the greatest book written, but nobody knows about it, then it doesn't do you any good. So press gets people to Google you, see what you're about, what you can offer them. Yes. It helps people see from a distance, what you're all about. And if your message is on point, if your image is on point, and if your visibility is widespread on all digital platforms, then it makes the sales process on your behalf so much easier. Because if people Google you and they look you up online and there's nothing there, I'm telling you right now, they're going to go somewhere else.
So you would say book publishing, like PR is definitely, for anyone listening who's a book publisher, like having a PR arm, right, is a very powerful win for the next stage after the book's been done.
100%. So if you go from book publishing to press and getting tons of PR on your side, it's only going to be the perfect relationship. It's very symbiotic, I guess, because you need one and you need the other at the exact same time for your business to work properly. When I started to get a lot of exposure on Google, my sales started to skyrocket. And so I noticed firsthand the power of it. And that's why I recommend anybody else that when they work with me or they get a book done in general, they need some type of avenue, some type of person that's going to make it very easy and easy to understand the process, because this isn't a one click, it's done. This is an ongoing relationship and they need to have the right person in their corner.
And speaking of that, there's a lot of guys, right? A lot of guys in the PR space. Why me? Why me, man? What was I like to work with pre, during, post?
Oh, wow. Yeah, great point. I have worked. I've been in this business since 2014, 2015. I made some mistakes early on. I've given people money that promised the moon and never delivered. And I would have to threaten with court to get it back. So when I meet with someone who actually fulfills what they have promised to do, then it's a game changer. So there are a lot of players out there. There are a lot of fakers. And that's what makes it so simple for me to just do the transition. Okay, you've been vetted, you've been tested. A lot of other names that are way bigger than me have tested you, have trusted you. And that makes my decision-making process a lot easier. And, if you can make my life easier, then we're going to do business for a long time. If you make my life harder, then chances are we're going to not work together for too long. So when working with you, having the press ready to go and having the next step, it's just easy for me to talk about without me, promoting you. It's just easy for me to say, hey, you need to do press and you need to talk to JJ after this book is done, because your life will change from the book, but it'll just expand dramatically once you have the right press.
Love that, man. And so everybody knows you're not an actor from LA, Mike, as much as you may want to be one.
No, you won't see me. You will not see me in LA.
You got that Bradley Cooper with a beard look, You could use that as a new business card. Hey, man, where can people find out about you if they want to get a book, or, hey, maybe they want to get something ghostwritten? Where can they go?
Go to dreamstarterspublishing.com. It's the best way to find out what we offer, how we do things. And we help you get your story done in a short amount of time so you can go talk to people like JJ and just blow up your name even more.
Awesome. Hey, Mike, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.